Good morning and welcome back to the First Off the Tee podcast. This is episode number 17. I am your host, Robert Ivanek, co-hosted by my father, Doug.
Morning.
And welcome to episode number 17.
Hey, cheers. Doug. Cheers, man. I needed a little shot before we get going.
Good. So as always, guys, this podcast is brought to you by Zen Golf. Take a look in the video description. You guys can get 10% off their entire website. They sell golf belts, hats, and other premium golf gear.
Awesome.
So shout out Advent Golf. Details in the video description. So guess what?
What?
Had a lot of compliments this weekend on the set.
Really?
A lot of people
nice.
that I was talking to. Oh, the set looks so good.
Uh-huh.
You know, the background looks good. It looks nice and professional. So I want to tell the viewers
right
where this set came from, why it's here.
Yeah.
Because it really is by accident. So this set was not intentionally built for First Off the Tee podcast. It wasn't even intentionally built for Robbie Van Golf.
Right, yeah.
This rewinds almost 2+ years ago. I started working from home. I said, hey, Doug, I'm going to be working from home. Can we put an office together?
Right.
Yeah, sure, no problem. We have this empty space or unused space in the basement. Let's put up some sheetrock and we'll build an office.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so all is well and good. We're in the design process. And so behind this wall, maybe about up to here, there's a little concrete half wall. Not even a half wall, a quarter wall.
Yep.
That comes out, I don't know, about a foot and a half. Mm-hmm. And so the original idea was to just sheetrock this straight up. So it was probably around November. It was around Thanksgiving.
Yep,
my cousin Maura was here. Shout out, Maura. We miss you. We love you.
Hey.
Hope to see you soon. And hopefully you're catching the podcast. So Maura is my first cousin. She lives in Seattle. She's an interior design architect. So she was the first person I went to. I said, Maura, we're building an office. Come check out the space. Give us your thoughts. So she looks at this half wall. And we were undecided what we were going to do back here. Mm-hmm. We were thinking keep it exposed.
Yeah,
somehow utilize this cavity space. But we were up in the air. And Maura says, you got to put shelving there. You have to do something with that space.
Yeah,
so it was a combination of Maura's ideas and then our execution to sheetrock this, frame it out with these cubbies.
Yeah, just little cubbies.
The only reason we put this here was so that when I was standing at my desk, the office didn't feel so cramped.
Yeah.
For the first year that we had this, it was empty boxes.
Yeah, nothing really went in there.
So it was just kind of funny how just by accident we built a nice set, and you know what, it works perfect.
It does look good.
It fits in frame,
gives you a little depth, fits in, like you say, in the frame. Looks good.
So thank you to everyone who commented on the set, and especially thank you to Maura for helping us put that together. Anyway, PGA this week,
big one.
First of the season. It is the first event of the season. Did you watch any of it?
First of the season. So this weekend, I only got to catch. Well, it was late too, right? So it was out in California. Yeah. So over here on the East Coast, it's late. So I really didn't get to watch much of it. Yeah. So I know who won, right? It was Stuart Sinks.
Yep.
Stuart Sinks, old time. You don't even know who he is.
He's
almost like
guy.
Bernhard Langer to you. You don't even know who he is. He's been around for years, and he's hanging in there. He's 47 years old, I think. Yeah. So he was, he's one of the top dogs way back when. You know, every year you get this group of people that are hanging around, and he was always there. But good for him. But that's the way this tournament was going to be.
Yeah,
we knew that. A couple of big dogs in there, and
Spieth missed the cut at -1. Nicholson played well. It finished -10, but Stuart Stake was -21 to win. So Phil really wasn't in the mix on Sunday.
Yeah. But
that's okay.
But
good for Stuart.
Yeah.
Usually the beginning of the season is slow, but now we're starting next week off with a major.
It's like bang.
I know. It's like we don't miss a beat. So U.S. Open next week.
Oh man.
We'll have a big chat about that on Thursday. We'll do fantasy golf again for a stake and the whole thing.
Yeah. The thing is, I was really looking forward to actually going there. Not that we had tickets. I mean, either we were just going to take a day, just drive out, whatever we were going to do. who knows, scalp some tickets or whatever. But I was really, really excited. But hey, now we're just going to have to watch it on TV and see what happens. So we'll talk about that on Thursday.
Yeah, that'll be for Thursday.
Yeah.
So you see we have two the same edition, but two copies of Zen Golf. So we've been ripping through this book. As we mentioned in the last episode, we're actually meeting with JT, our favorite golf mind coach. Tomorrow morning, we're recording an episode that I think is going to be posted next Thursday, which would make it episode 18, 19, episode 20. I think it'll be episode 20 because
nice.
Thursday, we're going to talk about the U.S. Open. Monday, we should recap the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
The following Thursday, we'll post our chat with JT.
Yeah,
excellent. So if you guys don't know, JT is a golf mind coach. He's mentored by Dr. Joe, the author of this book. So we're ripping through the book. We're going to ask JT to dive a little deeper and answer some of our questions. But I do want to cover a little bit of the book because it's very relevant and prevalent in our mind right now.
Absolutely. I'm excited to meet JT.
Because you missed him on the first episode. I missed him on
the first one, but I tell you, I keep going back to that episode and just watching the little bit that he gave us is amazing. And it's everything that I've been striving for, but not really knowing how to do it.
Yeah.
So, and then in the book is even, it's even, tenfold because he can only give you a little snippet. Yeah. So cool.
So that's going to be fun. You'll get to meet JT. So Dr. Joe, so let's get to some things we read this past weekend. One of my favorites was don't hit the ball in the lake. Right? So let's do a quick little skit.
Or a little recap of what that's a little what do you call it? Paragraph in the book.
Right.
It's
so let me explain. So we're going to do an exercise.
Yeah.
Don't think of a monkey.
I'm thinking of a monkey.
No matter what you do, if somebody says don't think of a monkey, you physically can't. You're going to think of an image of a monkey. It's just that's how it works. That's how your brain works. So the point of that is when you're walking up to your tee shot and there's a lake all along the left side of the fairway, you need to avoid saying, don't put the ball in the lake. Don't hit the ball in the lake. Because what you're doing is you're giving your mind a mental target. Yeah. And even though you're saying don't, your mind doesn't recognize don't. Think of don't. What is that? That's just a conceptual thing. It's not something physical that you can hold on to.
Yeah.
Now, when you say don't hit the ball in the lake, you're just thinking of the lake because don't is nothing.
Yeah.
Right? So what Dr. Joe is saying is instead of saying don't hit the ball in the lake, try saying I'm going to hit the ball down the middle. Or create an image in your mind of the ball being placed in the middle of the fairway. And that's a lot of what he talks about. And I know you really latched onto that. His idea of imagery versus visualization.
Yeah.
He's all about imagining the scenario. And it's not just simply striking the ball. It's the whole scene. It's walking up to the ball, taking your deep breath, seeing the whole field of view, and actually imagining the club striking the ball, flying, landing on the fairway, bouncing a couple times, and coming to rest right where you want it to be.
The detail in an image that Dr. Joe explains is beyond what I ever even thought of. I never even, I used to take dead aim, I look at a target, I say I want to hit the target, but I've never got to the point where I was visualizing exactly what you just talked about.
Yeah.
Which is, I can't wait to try it. I had 4 rounds booked this week. I had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and who knows what we're going on Friday, but I had to cancel Monday and Tuesday because I do have to go to work. I can't wait to really take the keys from this book and implement them.
Yeah.
But, and there's so much in the book. I'm going to have to read this thing like 10 times.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's like you read it once, and I'm like, all right, and you just kind of forget. You just got to go back and read it again and take notes. I know I started writing in that book, and then I got this one, so I didn't start writing in there. But, a couple of
we could just switch. We could just swap copies.
Yeah, it's fine.
The other thing I like that Dr. Joe talks about is he says, "What's your goal when you're about to strike? When you're approaching your shot?"
I love it.
What's your goal?
Yeah.
Typically, and I'm guilty of this. I'm going to hit the ball. I'm going to hit the ball down the middle. I'm going to hit. He says, look, the goal is not to hit the ball.
Right.
If your end goal is to hit the ball, he goes, anybody can do that, and it doesn't matter where the ball goes.
Yeah.
He wants your end goal to be, I want to hit the ball, and it's almost like Harvey Penick, take that aim.
Yeah.
But it's even to the next level. It's, I'm going to guide this ball with the face of this club through the air at this angle and land at this part of the fairway and roll to this section. You know what I mean? Like, he goes to the next level of,
unbelievable.
I'm not just out here to hit the ball.
Unbelievable. The imaging of that, like you said. But then there's also that background of embracing the smells, the sounds, the getting yourself, one with the ball. It's just like, it's unbelievable. I want to try to do it. The what's telling you to do in here, which I thought was another cool comment, is this is not just about golf.
Yeah.
You could take this scenario and put it to any perspective. Of course, from Joe's perspective, he brings it right down to the golf game, but you can bring it to anything you do in your life. You know?
I agree. You know who's really good? Somebody we play with at visualizing their shot. And he does it verbally.
Yes. Tom
Foley.
Yes.
Tom Foley walks up to the green, to the tee box rather, and he's like, all right, I'm going to take this 3-wood, I'm going to cut it down the left side of the fairway, it's going to hit that hill and roll down and land right in the middle of the fairway. Like, and he'll tell you this, I'm going to take this 3-iron, I'm going to smack this ball, it's going to go right down the middle. And you know what? There is some validity to it. He is telling himself and the rest of the group what he's going to do with the ball. Granted, it doesn't happen all the time, but Tom's a great golfer.
Yeah.
And you have to detach yourself from needing to be perfect.
Yeah.
Even though you're saying this is exactly what I wanted to do, if you get 80, 90% there, you're going to be happy with your result.
Well, what was it? Was it Ben Hogan in the book that talked about, he only had 3 or 4 shots that went exactly the way he wanted in the whole round.
Yep.
But the rest of it is they were close.
Right. And, I think he said his misses were better than other people's misses.
Yes. Right. But to do it exactly the way you want, how often does it happen in a round? I don't know. Sometimes never. But getting to this level, and I'm halfway through, so I still got a little bit more to do.
Another good piece that Dr. Joe talks about is the anyways shot.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to hit this ball anyway. And I fall victim to that. I have fell victim to that plenty of times.
Right. Anyway, because you're not prepared or you're getting distracted.
It could be a number of things that causes an anyway shot. You could not have the right club with you, right? Let's just say you're driving golf carts and it's cart path only. You grab 2 clubs, go walk to your ball. You're like, oh shoot, I really want my 9-iron. I brought my pitching wedge and my approach wedge. Yeah. But I really need my 9-iron. I'm just gonna use my pitching wedge and just just swing a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
It's right from the start. You're starting bad, right? Yeah. Wow.
Or you walk up to the tee box, set your ball, and you don't go through your routine properly, and you're a little bit uncomfortable. I'm gonna hit the ball anyway. If you can avoid the anyways, you'll be a much better golfer. And a lot of times the reason we're taking these anyways shots is to save time.
Right.
We don't want to run back and grab the club. We don't want to reset, which is the next thing I want to talk about. We don't want to reset and redo our routine because we're afraid of the people in our group thinking we're taking too long. The people behind us might be putting pressure on us.
Right.
But guess what? You know what takes more time than resetting your stance? Hitting an extra shot. Right. If you're
in the woods.
If you're in the woods and you do that 3 or 4 times, that's going to extend your round.
Yeah.
If you just take the 30 seconds to reset. And so the next topic is stepping out of the batter's box. It was just an analogy that Dr. Joe talks about.
All right, but let's go back just one thing as you were talking about the anyway shot. I find that my anyway shots happen when I'm putting, and I think I have the line. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna hit it anyway and see what happens. So definitely in putting, and I think just putting because in general, the technical side of putting and reading the lines and knowing that you pick the right line. But even once you pick the right line, you got to commit, and that's a big portion of the book to commitment. But on the tee box, that's funny you mentioned like going through your routine. So my anyway shot, I'm not a particular guy. I mean, I go with the flow. I don't care what's going on. But when I put my ball in on the tee and I step back and there's another tee stuck in the ground, like relatively close, I got to get it out.
Yeah, me too.
It's in my way. I don't know if that anybody else do this. Because,
well, I find too if you're stepping on a tee.
Oh yeah.
It's just a little thing, but you feel it, and you're like, you got to get that. Got to
get it out. And if you try to do the anyway on it, you're already caused interference in your brain. And wow, yeah, that's pretty cool.
You got me thinking. Another anyways shot that I end up and used to do is around the green chipping. I mentioned in a previous episode recently that I upped my chipping game just spending 15 minutes on that chipping green. Yeah. I learned how far the ball goes with my 52-degree wedge with a bump shot. Yeah. And then I learned how the same club with more of a half swing. Yeah. That gives me a foundation of when I get up to the green, or around the green rather, I know with confidence what kind of shot I'm going to take. Yeah. Prior to that time spent on the chipping green, it was, I'm going to take my 52-degree wedge and I'm just going to do something with it anyway. Right. I'm just going to use it without intention. That was my entire chipping game was an anyway shot. Yeah, exactly. So imagine if you can eliminate your anyways. Yeah. And you shoot every single shot with purpose. You'd be a much better guy.
I can't wait to really implement this, and we'll see. I mean, I'm playing a couple of rounds, but one's a best ball tournament, and you're not that focused. You're playing, you're
That's
drinking
just for
fun. But still, you have to try to step back and do something. So we'll see.
So the other thing that I was going to get into, we only have 30 seconds left, is stepping out of the batter's box. Yeah. So if you watch baseball, batter gets up, he's doing his routine. The pitcher is taking way too long. Batter steps out of the box and calls timeout and says, "Oh, I'm out of sync. Pitcher took way too long to throw the ball. He's out of sync." He steps out. He resets, and then they go through the whole routine again. Yeah. And you have to have the same mindset when you're approaching your ball, especially on the tee with people watching you. Sometimes there's pressure to be like, "Oh, I'm just going to hit the ball anyway." Right. You need to be able to step back. You got to be able to step back and say, "Reset."
Yeah, wow. That's a good one.
Billy Casper used to go as far as putting his club back in the bag.
Wow.
And he went that far back and he reset.
Right.
Then he grabbed, because Dr. Joe says your pace of your swing starts before you even approach the ball. He can tell if somebody's going to be quick through their swing by if they finish their breath before they approach the ball. Because it's the whole thing. It's not just the backswing and the follow through.
Right.
It's your whole approach, standing behind the ball, deep breath, visualizing. He wants to see you finish that breath before you walk up and then go through your routine.
Wow. Interesting. Hey, that was cool.
Dr. Joe, we very much appreciate, or not appreciate, we very much are enjoying the book. We're really looking forward to talking to JT tomorrow.
Excellent.
So,
cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Have a good day.
Episode 17, just like that. Have a good week, everybody.